Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day as usual. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using all the products I purchased in my recent Arbonne haul. I had a couple of you reach out to me on Instagram as well as a couple of my friends, and they said, hey, we saw that you did that Arbonne haul. Have you tried the makeup? What do you think? What are your thoughts? So I am here today to let you know my thoughts. I did purchase the products by myself. However, the more items that you add to your cart, it almost made more sense for me to just become a consultant because it was cheaper that way, if that makes sense, for me to purchase all this makeup. However, I do want you to know that some of these products I really liked. Some of these products I was a little so about. So like I do in every video, I will be sure to link all the products that I mentioned today down below. I want you guys to be able to come to my channel and know that you're going to be getting an honest opinion, so I will do that for you today. So without further ado, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to hit that little subscribe button, and if you want to see me test out all the products I purchased in my recent Arbonne haul, then keep watching. Okay guys, so I purchased a bunch of makeup. I purchased a bunch of makeup for a full face. I have a primer, I have a CC cream, I have concealer, I have a powder, I have a highlighter, I have a bronzer, I have a blush, lip gloss. I have it all, you name it. I wanted to test everything out for you guys today. So some of these products I have tested before because I wanted to be able to give you guys an honest review when I did try these out. So let's get right into it. So the first product I want to talk about is this makeup primer by Arbonne. The one thing I really like is it does come with a pump, and I actually got this item as a free gift. If you spend a certain amount, you end up getting a free item, and this is what I picked, and it kind of has like a silicone texture. So I noticed that when I apply it to my face, it just makes my skin feel really smooth and silky. So I've really been liking the primer, but I will tell you the whole reason that I purchased all of this makeup is mainly for the CC cream. I wanted to have a product where I didn't have to do like a full glam on the weekend, something that I could just kind of put it on really quick and be ready to go without putting in a lot of fuss. And my friend Danielle and her sister actually sell Arbonne, and their skin always looks so beautiful, and I asked them, you might remember me mentioning this in my haul, and I said, what are you guys using? And they both use the CC cream, and it just looks so good. So I was sold there, and I knew I had to try it, and that's where we kind of began on this whole journey. So I got the shade medium. I will be honest, I feel like medium is a little too dark for me. That was totally my fault. Danielle did reach out to me and say, hey, if you want, you can try the light, but I was like, I'm going to stick to the medium because we all want to believe that we're tanner than we are. So anyway, it comes, you get 1.2 ounces. And it comes in this squeeze tube. You can apply it with your fingers, but the way I like to do it is with a foundation brush. You just want to make sure you have a brush with dense bristles, and I apply it, and then what I do is I just brush it on my skin. So remember, this is a CC cream, so it's kind of meant to be your skin but better. So if you have a lot of imperfections, don't expect for it to actually cover up the imperfections, but what it's going to do is just going to give you a nice blurring effect. So it's kind of, like I said, your skin but better. So because this is a little darker, I will bring it down my neck, but you can see like I have a bunch of age spots. I have like melasma in this area, so you can still see it. It does peek through, but I feel like it gives you a nice, beautiful, natural finish. I think this is going to be perfect for days where you're like, you know what, I want to go to the gym, but oh gosh, I'm just not looking very good. Let me just put something on really quick to kind of blur out imperfections. So I'll be honest, I have been loving this. I mean, loving this. I really enjoy it. I've tried, you guys know that I review a lot of makeup on my channel. I've tried the It Cosmetics, which is okay. I've tried Physicians Formula. I think the only one I really liked was by Calla, but that one was super expensive, and I haven't been able to find it. So I'm really excited that they told me about this one. So far, so good. But again, you can apply it with your fingers or you can apply it with a brush. This brush I'm using is a Sigma Flat Top Kabuki. So you can see how that just goes on very nicely. Then I went ahead and I purchased the concealer. I got it in medium neutral. So this has a flat applicator, and what you do is you just apply it underneath of your eyes, and then I usually apply it a little in the center and then on any imperfections that you might have. And then what I do is I take a damp beauty sponge and I'm just going to dab it in. Now I will be honest, my favorite concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape. That one has a very thick consistency. This one, on the other hand, is a little thinner, but you will see it's not going to be full coverage. It's going to probably be like medium coverage, but I do like how thin it is because it's not going to feel super, super heavy like some of the other thicker concealers can. So I will be honest, so far, love the CC cream, and I really, really like the concealer. I don't feel like it creases on me, which I like. So you can see I have that CC cream, I have the concealer, and then what I like to do is I purchased the powder. I purchased the Arbonne Setting Pretty Translucent Powder. The one thing I like about this, this has this little closure for the powder where you open it like this, because sometimes with these loose translucent powders, they can have a tendency to get all over the place. I showed you that with my Coty Airspun powder. So I really, really like how this is kind of packaged and set up nicely. So what I like to do here, you can either use a brush. I will just take a beauty sponge and I will just dab a little bit under my eyes to kind of bake the concealer. And what this is going to do is just ensure that it doesn't crease. And then I also take it up here because I have a pretty pronounced line on my forehead, and then I take it on my smile lines. Now keep in mind, you don't have to do this step if you don't want, but I was on the website and I wanted to make sure that I purchased enough for a full face, but you certainly don't have to do that. So what I do is I just kind of let that sit while I do the rest of my face. Okay, so I liked the powder. Now you guys, let's talk about something that I was not too crazy about. It is the Arbonne Shape It Up Brow Pencil. I got it in light clear. So it does have two ends. I want to show you. One side has a spoolie and then one side is the actual eyebrow pencil. So the thing is, I didn't feel like the spoolie was long enough. Let me show you an example. Here, this is one that I have by Tarte, and you can see how it has a longer spoolie, and it's just a lot easier to kind of grip the brow hairs. So I wasn't like a super fan of the spoolie. And then in addition, you'll notice, so when I go in here, I don't really feel like it is as pigmented as I would have liked. Now, that could just be the shade I got, maybe because I do have darker roots. I should have gotten more of a medium shade. If you guys have tried a darker shade, let me know. But you can just see right there, I've been really trying to fill in the brow hairs, but you can still kind of see the sparse areas. So it's not really doing a great job of filling them in. So this is one item that I purchased. It actually came in the Ready in 5 set that I'm not too fond of, and I'll just give an example. So you saw I've been trying to fill it in. It's not really doing much. Let me give you an example. One thing I use every day, I use Browsings by Benefit. So I've noticed this is a powder. So if I just go in and then I fill it in, you can already see how that fills it in a lot better. So I'm just using that as an example. Like I said, for me, it could just be that I got the wrong shade. You know, maybe I should have gotten a medium. So if you have tried the medium, let me know. But if I'm just being completely honest and transparent, this was one item that didn't really work for me completely. Okay. So next, moving on, I did not buy an eyeshadow, but what you can do is if you purchase the Starlight Glow Palette that comes with bronzers, blushes, and highlights, you can use this shade right here, which is Meteor. You can use it as a contour shade. So what I like to do is I am just going to take a Morphe M441 brush. I'm going to go in with Meteor, and you can just apply it to your crease. And this is just going to give you like a little bit of color. And then I apply it to my other side as well. It's just going to give you that little something extra. And then what I like to do, and this is just mainly so you don't have to buy an eyeshadow palette. Then what I like to do is I like to take the highlighter, which is Stardust. I take a little on my finger and I just apply it to my lid. And like I said, that's just going to give you like a little something extra. Okay, so before I go in with the mascara, what I like to do is I like to take a little more of the translucent powder, and I like to take a large powder brush, and I like to just wipe the powder away. And you can see that this powder just gives me a nice smooth veil all over my face, and I like to take it down my neck a little bit too. Okay. So see that? All right, now before I go in with bronzer and everything, I'm going to try out the mascara. So I have the Arbonne Speak Volumes mascara. It actually comes in this Ready in 5 set, and if I haven't mentioned it, all the items that come in the Ready in 5 is you get the CC cream, you get the brow pencil, a blush, a mascara, and then you get the glossed over lip. So I actually did end up purchasing this. So what I like to do first is I like to take my curler and I like to curl my eyelashes. Okay, and then I like to go in with this mascara. So you can see that wand right there. And let me just show you. You can see that eye compared to that one. It does do a really good job of volumizing. And I like to continuously layer it. So I'll apply it to one eye and go into the other. And you can see this is beautiful mascara. Like, I really like it, and I feel like it does a good job of lengthening and volumizing those lashes. And I also like how it grabs onto my lower lashes, and I haven't noticed when I have worn them that it's like bled onto my face. So you can see that there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll let that dry, and then I will go back later and I'll apply another coat, and that's really going to amplify. So now let's move on to bronzer. So I purchased this Starlight Glow palette. This, again, it has Meteor, which you use as a contour shade, and that's basically going to hollow out your cheekbones, kind of chisel you out a little bit. You have Twilight, which is the bronzer. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. We're going to apply all over your face and to the perimeter, and then you have Moonstone, which is a blush, and then you have Stardust, which is a highlighter. I will be honest, I like pretty much everything in here with the exception of the highlighter. And I have to say, that's probably not a fair statement. If you're someone who just wants like a natural highlight, not a BAM in your face highlighter, then you're probably going to like this, because you can see, I'll just do a swatch right here. You can see right there. It is just a very natural highlighter, so if that's your thing, you're probably going to love it. But for someone like me, like, I love the BAM in your face highlighter, so I was not really happy with that, but everything else is beautiful. And again, the goal of this is to do an easy makeup look, and some people might really just like that natural look, so if that is your thing, you will like it. So what I'm going to start by doing is going in with Meteor, and we're going to just kind of start to contour a little bit. So I have this brush that I got from MAC, and I like it. It's just like the perfect shape to chisel out those cheekbones. So I'll take Meteor. Gonna see. Take it there, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with Twilight, which is the bronzer. And you can use a brush like this, or you can use like a larger powder brush, and I just apply it to the perimeter of my face. And then what you can do too is you can apply it down here to chisel out that jaw, and then on your neck as well. So I've been pretty happy with the bronzer. Now the blush is a pretty peach shade. I'm not going to use that one because I did end up picking out another blush that was included in the Ready in 5, but I will go back and use the highlighter after I use the blush. So included in the Ready in 5, you got a blush, and I picked the shade Dusty Rose because you guys know that I love mauve tones. I've been loving this blush. This is another product that I purchased that I've been really happy with. So I'm just going to take a regular blush brush, And you can see it just gives you a beautiful flush of color. There are a lot of other shades you can choose from. I've seen people use apricot, I've seen people use merlot, and they look really pretty too. So I put that on, but one thing I like to do as well, sometimes I notice when you do bronzer and blush, it can get a little messy. So you can take the translucent powder. Again, you don't have to do these steps. These are just extras if you want to. And you can take a beauty sponge and you can just kind of chisel it out a little bit so that it doesn't fall really low. Okay. All right. So now what I do is while that sits, I like to go back in. At this point, my mascara is dry and I like to curl my lashes. And this is where you're really going to get that amplified effect. Is I will go back in with this mascara and it's just going to give you a beautiful, beautiful, voluminous look to your lashes. And you can see that right there. So I've really, really been liking the mascara. Okay, so that's that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in with this palette and I'm going to go in with Stardust. I'm going to just take a little highlighting brush and you will see it's very natural. Now you can do one of two things. You can either take, here's a trick, you can take a blush brush if you want kind of like highlighted cheekbones, like just like the whole entire cheek, or you can just take a regular highlighter brush and you can just apply it to the tops. Okay, so this is going to give you like a really natural glow. Still pretty, but I just want to make sure that you know that it's not going to give you that bam in your face highlight, but it is pretty and natural. And then another trick that I like to do too, take a little tiny brush with the highlighter and then apply it to your inner corner, and that's just going to make your eyes look a little more awake. And then you can also apply it right there. And then to your Cupid's bow. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to wipe away this powder, and the final item that I purchased was a lip gloss, and that came in the Ready in 5 kit, and I really like this lip gloss as well. It's, once again, it's a really pretty mauve shade that matches the blush very nicely. So I like this because it doesn't feel too sticky. And it's very creamy. Just gives you a nice, natural, glossy lip. Doesn't feel sticky. So I really like the gloss. So they have a ton of other products that you can buy. You can also buy a setting spray. I did not purchase that. But let's go really, really quickly through everything again that I purchased, and I'll tell you the positives and the negatives. Let's start with the primer. I really like the primer. I feel like it gives me a really nice veil to my skin. The CC cream, I'm in love with the CC cream. This is the reason I purchased all this makeup, and I'm so glad I did. I feel like this is going to be great for days on the go where I don't have a lot of time to get ready. Same with the concealer. Really like this concealer. I didn't feel like it creased on me. I like the thin texture. It is different from my Shape Tape, which is a little thicker. So the Shape Tape will definitely be for more glam days. This one is going to be for more natural days. Love the powder. I feel like it gives me a nice finish, and I love the packaging. Let's talk about something I'm not a fan of. I'm not a huge fan of this eyebrow pencil, and once again, I don't really care for the spoolie, and I don't feel like it's as pigmented as I would have liked. However, that could be user error. It could be maybe I should have gotten a darker shade. Maybe it would show up a little better if I got a darker shade. So if you do have this and you have the darker shade, let me know your thoughts down below. Now let's talk about this palette. This is a nice palette. I like that it's going to be good for travel. It has everything in one. I like the bronzer. I like the contour shade. The Moonstone blush is a good everyday blush. The highlighter is very natural, so it is going to be good for a natural look. But for me, I would like the highlighter to be a little more in your face because that's just my preference. I Love the blush. I think the blush is so pigmented. It's very, very blendable. And then I really, really, really like this. So if I could recommend something for you guys to get, of course the CC cream is great. I would say you should try the Ready in 5. I also like the mascara too. So I'll tell you, everything was great for me except the highlighter was a little too natural and the eyebrow pencil was probably not as pigmented as I would have liked, and then the spoolie I wish would have been a little bit bigger, but everything else I thought was really great. So there you have it, you guys. So I will be sure to link everything down below. If you have tried Arbonne makeup, let me know your thoughts, how you feel. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you have any questions at all, make sure to let me know. But I definitely feel like if you're going to purchase anything, I would recommend the Ready in 5 set. The only thing in here that I'm not a huge fan of is the eyebrow pencil, but everything else is really, really good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and follow me on Instagram. I'd love to have you join me over there. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and I will see you in my next video.
I was looking like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past. So insecure about myself when I met ya.